I'ma do it a little different this year and pass on the club to pull up to your family function and get it jumping. Diamond Dickie Rose, Steph Simon, your favorite cousin.
What it do?
What's happening?
Man. Congrats.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thanks for having me here, man.
This is my spot, Sunday dinner.
This is
You know what
dope.
I'm saying? One of my favorite places on one of my favorite streets.
Yeah.
Waiting on Coop to get here.
They really hate to see you win and can't believe it's true. How I'm feeling these days. I've been watching the universe run its course, transitioning. You ain't back cause you failed your assignment, it just ain't finished yet. We trending now, gotta strike when the iron sizzling. I ain't had these visions for no reason. It's about to be a red summer. And all I want is what they took from us. Rolling, coming back for it. Red summer.
Congrats, Kojo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's crazy times, but, you know, things are going well. Got a baby, you know, so that's kept me home along with COVID and, you know, chilling with my baby. Obviously, we got the campaign and we had the victory last Tuesday, so, yeah, we're excited and trying to make it do what it do.
That's dope.
What about you?
Man, the sneaker game is crazy right now. Like, getting sneakers is insane.
Oh, really?
Because like all these brands and retailers, they're dropping stuff online now predominantly, and then you got whereas you used to have people who could just go to the store, go to Finish Line or Foot Locker, now they're competing online with bots. People who spent thousands of dollars on these programs to go get these shoes, so it's like harder to get shoes.
I would have still been going on Black Wall Street shows had this not happened. And
Yeah.
I've been like so ready to make new music. And so when it happened, I was like, all my shows is canceled.
Yeah.
Bet, let's make new music.
So you can focus on the music.
I done made so much music.
See, I love that.
man.
I love that turning a negative situation into a positive, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
seeing
Opportunity.
Right, yeah,
Right.
seeing
Like
opportunity.
my babies, they ready to go to the park and stuff like that. That's the only downside
Right,
of it. We
right.
still risking it, you know what I'm saying? Going to Riverside and stuff like that.
But it's outdoors.
Yeah, it's outdoors. I heard it was better.
It's better
to be
outdoors.
outdoors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be indoors. So, but other than that, man, I always lived an essential lifestyle already. Like
Yeah.
I already was just
I like
gas
that
and
essential
food.
lifestyle.
For everybody that don't know, we are in the hood. We are on Apache and MLK. You know what I'm saying? I grew up. I went to church across the street, Praise Center Family Church.
It's still there?
Yeah, it's still there.
Oh,
I can walk in there and just get right back to it. I show up every now and then, show my face. But
That's dope.
I grew up over there. This is my aunt's restaurant, and my cousins all work here and run it. So
It feels like a real family restaurant.
it is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is. So that's what I mean when I say born on Black Wall Street. Like,
Yeah.
Because like my family, I don't really know what they did back then, but I feel like just everything repeats itself. So if we ran businesses now, I feel like we was doing it then. So
Yeah.
this is what I mean when I say stuff like that.
I think the word for this season has been essential. All right, yeah, you talk about essential workers, but like essential, and I think people are figuring out what's essential and what's not. Right? And the things that you thought were essential, you realize, oh, that's really not essential, right?
Yeah.
And so hopefully that's what is going on, and people are taking stock of their own lives and saying, okay, when we get out of this, I want to live that essential lifestyle.
I had to get like that because I was a sneakerhead. I was a sneakerhead once upon a time, believe it or not.
Can't tell from those Pumas, but
Check me out. Check me out. So, as rap changed, 2008, 9 Cool Kids, J. Cole, and
yeah.
all these rappers that didn't really care about all that stuff, I was getting so excited because I was like, cool. Because at this time, I stopped spending all my money on shoes and clothes, and I started investing in my music.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, I had to cut out Xbox Live and 2K, and like I started cutting out stuff that I wouldn't need to just focus on music. So. I know you're running for Congress, and I ask you this all the time. But what, like, as far as, because District 1 is North.
Yeah, I mean, it's all of Tulsa County, all of Washington County, which is Bartlesville and all that, and all of Wagner County, which is Broken Arrow and all that. So the congressional district 1 is bigger. Then you have like the city council district 1, which Vanessa Harper represents, is a lot smaller, which is more North Tulsa. So you know, there's different levels, right? You know, so there's a city council, local government, which is the closest one to you, right? And then there's the state government, which is like Kevin Matthews and Regina Goodwin. And then there's the federal level, which is what I'm running for Congress, which I would represent District 1 in DC, right?
Okay.
So when it comes to all the stuff that Trump is doing and all that, you know, federal stuff, that's me. And then I'm trying to advocate for federal dollars to come to my district, right? And then when they do certain things like build highways with federal money, so like the highway that they built through Greenwood, right? That was federal dollars, you know, that did that. So a lot of it is at the city level, right? A lot of development is at the city level. So the mayor and the city council, right? So when developers come in, they want to build McMansions or they want to build a Whole Food, all those different things. That's the city level, right? So that's, if Greg wins, like, you know, that's his purview. You know? That's Vanessa Harper's purview. So it's just kind of like the dollar stores going on, and she had to be like, nah, you know. But then if it's anything having to do with federal dollars, then that's me.
Oh my God, this is crazy. It's so good.
So I've been eating this forever.
How do I not know about this?
I know, I didn't know about it either.
So this is a if you know, you know type of situation.
But what if you want to know?
You have to like, every time I come here, I post it. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
But
I ain't never seen you post this.
if you were white and you wanted to come here in the 60s, you had to get your food in the back. White people could come here and spend, but they couldn't eat inside.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, like I mean that's what segregation was. It wasn't you couldn't go. Blacks could have
It was
freedom
just separate.
that you could go to a white-owned restaurant, but you had to eat on their terms.
But you're saying it was a flip too.
It was a flip to that.
Yeah.
Like, we had good food and good restaurants
And
too. Which
white
was
people
Black
caught
Wall
on,
Street.
and they-
White people wanted to come eat here too, but we didn't.
never
get
hear
to,
about
we
that.
didn't get to read that.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
You read every year.
Never thought about it like
You
that.
read every year that you ate like dogs in the back. And that's where the word ghetto come from. If it's ghetto, it's that's why we want to sit in the back of the bus. It's
Yeah.
like we wanted to sit in the back. Like that's why ghetto is cool. Because if it's broke, a little dirty, we gonna use it anyway. It's cool. It's ghetto. You're the first shoe store in North Tulsa, period, ever. And I think every black person on this side of town has spent so much money at Foot Action, Promenade, Foot Action Woodland, and those are the only two places that we could get shoes and hip hop culture in this whole city. We spent millions of dollars.
Wow.
And like, so imagine just you being here in 2003, like being that close.
Yeah.
We can get the threes.
I tell people all the time, like, you know, yeah, part of the reason that Silhouette is doing okay is that, you know, we have dope shoes or whatever, but, you know, another part is because there's already an awesome street culture in Tulsa. You know what I'm saying? Like, with tons of room to grow. It's because Steph exists and world culture exists. And, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much talent. Like, to me, Silhouette is a community of talented people and, like, elevating their talent, amplifying it so that other people get to witness it. We're in a special time.
That's awesome.
I like how you just slid right in too.
Can I say something? I think, so it's just been awesome, like meeting you, getting to see the everything is us culture. has been very enlightening. When I came here, you know, I graduated law school, you know, went to some of the best schools in this country, get here as a teacher, and I learned about Black Wall Street for the first time, right? And I'm like embarrassed, right? Because like, how did I go through my whole education and not learn about this
These
thing?
great schools, yeah.
You know? And then it was also crazy to find out that there were people here that were born here and grew up here that also didn't even know about this thing, you know? And then like you guys talk about the focus on the devastation, I just kept hearing this focus on this devastation, and it was a bummer a little bit, right? Because it's like, well,
It's like a reminder.
yeah, but for me, what was really inspiring was like, wow, the richest African American community, the most wealthiest African American community was right here, right? So it's the devastation, but it's also the inspiration of what once existed and how we can rebuild that thing.
Right. So what have y'all been doing during COVID at home?
For me and my wife had a baby during this crisis, right? And we didn't know whether to have it at a hospital or at home because we don't know who's coming to the hospital, right? And what they got. So we decided to have it at home, and she goes 77 hours, right? And we had to end up going to the hospital.
She was in labor for 77 hours?
77
What?
hours.
And you ended up going to the hospital?
Ended up having to go to the hospital because, you know, the
Baby wasn't coming.
baby wasn't coming.
Wow.
And so yeah, but what I really learned from that, and it's with the whole COVID thing, is you don't control everything. Sometimes we think we control everything, right? You want to control, like, there's so much that is out of your control. So it helped me focus on what do I control, you know, and how can I focus on that?
I've been doing puzzles.
That's, after all that, you just been doing puzzles?
Puzzles are scarce these days. Everybody's doing puzzles. But
Oh, yeah?
anyway, yeah, it's like a big thing. But anyway, you know, I got to be totally honest. When my store closed temporarily because of COVID, you know, I was in kind of a dark place. Not just because of the store, but like also personal stuff. I was moving. I just ended a relationship, and you know, I was suddenly grappling with depression and anxiety. And, you know, I think there's kind of what you were talking about earlier, like there's opportunity in even the most challenging times and challenging situations. And so, you know, being able to put my business on pause in some ways, at least the day-to-day, the way I was operating before, allowed me to really address the personal side of my life when I was very consumed with just the business. And I feel like I came out of that 6 weeks that we were closed, I feel like I came out of it with greater clarity and greater just balance.
This year was supposed to be shows and checks.
Yeah.
Like, and the next
You were ready.
thing and the next thing.
Yeah.
Where everybody was waiting on for Steph Simon. He's finally at the bus stool. Like, this was the year.
Yeah.
It was set up to be the year. So when COVID hit, it was like, it shut all that down. And I was like, dang, I gotta go to work. I gotta work. Like, I thought I was quitting. Like, I knew I was out of the job. Like, you know what I'm saying? I knew I was done. Getting ready to walk into McLean, working with McLean at the school. School's not gonna really be open. Like so I had my whole year planned. I had to sit down and be like, all right, you gotta do, you gotta, you know, like you said, you gotta change your lens. Been building up the studio at the mansion, like just really getting all that ready and just sitting in there recording and just getting back to me. Before I even had fans, I was a studio rat. Like,
awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Before
Yeah.
I had any fans, before I did any shows, before anybody knew me, I would record and just try to make good music just for the sake.
Yeah.
So that's where it's been. It's just been locked in the studio and living life. Like, you know what I'm saying? I invite people over, come hear stuff, but I want to show you the studio. You know what I'm saying? We can head that way.
Yeah.
this is the studio.
Do you operate like an independent label or something?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, it's
Skyline Store.
Skylines, yeah.
So yeah, when we changed the name to the Skyline Mansion, we started the Skyline Star record label.
It's you, but it's also your story representing a place,
Right,
in time.
right. That's how I be feeling, man. I be like, man, I really don't have to make that much music if I'm out living, and I'm making music in a artistic standpoint. You get this, and then when I'm inspired again, you get another one, and I'm not going by the next album thing. But lately, because of COVID, I finally got to get out of artistic mode and just be like, I want to show everybody that I can really just rap. I can just snap. What does the future look like for Kojo?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm looking to make history, all right? I'm a newcomer to Greenwood and Black Wall Street in Tulsa, but I'm a champion, right, of Black Wall Street in Tulsa. I think that's what, the community has embraced me because I've embraced it. I didn't come with my own agenda. I came and said, I want to learn about this wonderful history and be a part of it. We know who we are. We know where we're from, and so we know where we're going. And we can make history, right? We are just as talented and just as smart as anybody else.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking to represent that and to be somebody who can be the first African American to represent this district in the U.S. Congress. That's an awesome thing that my students can, students that I taught in North Tulsa can say, oh, I know him. And if he did it, I can do it too.
What it look like? What it look like for you?
Man,
Sneaker King, Queen.
Yeah. I guess for me, the thing that drives me is legacy. I'm less concerned with my personal wealth. I'm less concerned with my status. I'm more concerned about, being able to open up opportunities for younger generations and being able to help people currently, help validate their existence. You know what I'm saying? So at Silhouette, I view us as more than a sneaker store. I view us as a means of amplifying a culture that I want people to be proud of.
I'ma do it a little different this year and pass on the club to pull up to your family function and get it jumping. Diamond Dickie Rose, Steph Simon, your favorite cousin. Even if I'm uninvited, I'm feeling lucky. Thoughts in my head so prophetic, the flow so poetic, mentality go get it. I don't need no credit, they getting addicted to it, it's pitiful. Unlimited flavor, that's what I'm giving you. Oh, came with another style to get you in the mood. They really hate to see you win and can't believe it's true. How I'm feeling these days, I won't ever lose. I don't make